All right, we won again. Saints lost again. It's going to be a great show. Let's go. And welcome in, everybody, to episode 146, the 6th edition of 95 North meets 75 South. On a winning note to top it off, man. Here with my boy, Mr. Mike Cottrell, my co-host, and the host for tonight's show, Mr. Alberto from 95 North Falcons Talk Show. Boys, what's cracking?
Man, what is going on? Happy to be home in this home of a boat because, man, it was a wet one yesterday at MetLife Stadium. Great atmosphere, great everything, man. Ugly win, like the title says, but, man, we got that W, that much-needed W. Sitting atop the NFC South now, looking pretty good. Got another key matchup coming up this Sunday against the Bucs, but we'll save that for later, man. Let's just relish in the victory that we got from New York yesterday. Mike, what's going on, man? How you been?
Relishing that victory, like you said. I ain't doing nothing else but relishing that victory, man. 2 in a row. It sounds good to me. I didn't think I would be this happy. I'm over the moon about it.
Man, I'm just happy to have a goddamn voice after yesterday's shenanigans, dude. It was, it was amazing, to say the least, man. It was such a great atmosphere. Before we start, man, I gotta give a quick shout out, man, to some people. I met this young man named John. He watches the show with Smitty and I, and stumbled upon him, which was great. Got to meet the man himself, Deke Ruffin, Dwayne Ruffin, man. Brother, if you're watching or if you watch the replay, man, thank you for everything. It was amazing, man. Just to interact and take pictures with so many people, man. It was unbelievable. A day that I will never ever forget, man. It was truly one of a kind, man. Truly one of a kind. But John, what'd you think about the game, brother?
Oh, it was disgusting. It was gross. But I mean, it was. I mean, I don't care, man. I mean, we said on the preview show it was going to be low scoring. We knew the rain was going to be there. It's going to be nasty. Mm-hmm. It's a brutal. They have a brutal defense. I mean, So I wasn't. I just want to get the win. I mean, especially when our guys started dropping left and right, I was like, man, we just need to get the hell out of here, get on the plane, and get home because we don't need to have these injuries start piling up. But and I mean, look, the Jets they beat the Eagles, they beat the Bills. I mean, like basically mostly on defense, but I mean, it's the NFL, man. Anything can happen. So a win is a win. You take a win when you can get it, and I don't care where it's at, when it's at.
Absolutely.
So I mean, and their offense is atrocious. We saw that, but and we'll talk about it more. But yeah, I was just happy, man. I was ecstatic. So I mean, and like I said, the Lions did their business to top it off, and Panthers couldn't quite come through as usual. So so we got to take care of business this coming Sunday. But it is what it is. Mike, what you think, buddy?
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was staring at something. I have no idea what we are talking about. I was in a whole world. I apologize, but I'm assuming that you're asking me
just overall thoughts. Overall thoughts. Okay. Yeah, we'll get into more detail later.
Oh, okay. My overall thoughts in regards to the game was it just was, we don't win convincingly ever. I mean, it's just a sad thing. No matter who we playing against, it looked like we about to lose, and it appears like we should lose, but there's some times that we get lucky, and that's what it looked like. To be honest, it don't look like skill, or it doesn't look like luck. But I will say this: I'm still not a fan of Desmond Ritter, but damn it, he working on me. He is going in the right direction for working on me. Some of those throws he made were level 10 difficult throws, and he laid them right on the money. Some of them throws was level 10 difficulty, and he did it with ease, man. He put it. I'm gonna tell you, he looking like a professional quarterback. I'm not saying he did, but he's looking like that girl. You remember when I asked y'all, is work hot a thing? It's starting to get it's starting to weigh on me.
It's not a
It's
little
starting to
sexy
weigh
to
on
you.
me. Like every week when that girl have on them gray slacks, it's them pants. So he's
Oh
starting to work
boy.
on it. He looked like a professional quarterback. He did.
Yeah, I mean, he still has level 1 dumbass throws too every now and then,
Yeah.
which is what still drives you crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, look, no turnovers. I mean, he fumbled the first snap of the game.
Yeah.
I was like,
That was
Jesus Christ.
wow.
But obviously, wet ball, wet. But it's not the first time
Mhm.
people play with a wet ball. You still got to snap it. You still got to hold on to it.
Right.
And then the pick later in the game that was really questionable illegal contact on Reed.
Mhm.
Like I thought that was kind of a ticky tack type of thing.
Bullshit, man.
Yeah, it was. And then, I mean, I don't know how healthy Kyle Pitts is or how healthy he's not, but
Mm.
I mean, looked like he could have competed for that ball a little bit, but didn't. So I don't know if Art says every week, everybody, he's ramping up different level. If this was just an MCL, this is the longest MCL recovery I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
this is a long
You can
time.
tell though he's not at full speed. Like when you see him run, he is
I
not.
know.
You
He's
could tell
like
he favors
laboring
his
his
skill.
leg, so he's not.
Exactly.
I know.
He's off. He's still off.
I know. So I mean, like, I don't, if that's the case, don't send them deep. Just keep running those little
Yeah.
short routes, and I
Yeah.
mean, like, But either way, it was it is what it is, man. And we have to mention too, guys. If y'all are watching this on our channel, make sure you pop over to Birdo's and subscribe,
Yeah.
and vice versa. If you're on Birdo's channel,
Absolutely.
pop over to our channel and subscribe.
But hold on, John. I do
Go
want
ahead,
to
buddy.
say this. Oh, we got to spend some time on today's show on 34. Oh,
We
34
will.
put
Oh,
on a
we will.
show
We will.
yesterday like I knew he would if they gave him the opportunity. So shout out to Mr. CP3.
Yeah,
Phillips
absolutely,
the
man.
third, man, showed up and showed out. Yeah,
Oh
man, and
man.
it just speaks to, like you mentioned, John. We were dropping like flies, and thus
Mhm.
far, the reports, thank God, are pretty good on McGarry, who went down early. Storm Norton came in, and and you know what? Maybe a lot of the Falcon fans might have been like, "Oh shit, here we go." But dude, if you remember his performance from the Houston Texans game, it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Actually, the entire offensive line looked a whole lot better. Fast forward to yesterday. Caleb McGarry went down with a knee injury. So did Nate Landman. Both reports are coming back that they just have sprained knees. And
Mhm.
being at the game, I saw McGarry carted off. He didn't look frustrated, nothing like that. He knew it was something, like it wasn't, anything season ending or anything to be discouraged about. Same could be said for Nate Landman. I seen him; he was trotting out off the field. He was in high spirits. He looked great. But that
Mhm.
Meadowlands, that MetLife Stadium's field, so many people complain about it because it's just complete ass, man. It really
Dude,
so
I
many
mean,
big
that's
names have been hurt. I think they ran a list of like all the big names that have been hurt playing on that field, and it's pretty extensive. I wish I had the list up, but it's like, come on, man. As whatever, if it's the competition committee within the NFL, which is spearheaded, I believe, by Rich McKay of the Falcons,
Mhm.
they have to step in and do something because these guys, yeah, sure, they play a very physical, tough sport, but at the same time, you don't want to put them out there either on an island just to be like, oh, all right, we're gonna go to MetLife Stadium. It's a guaranteed injury, man. So they got to show that up, man, somehow, some way.
And and speaking of the backups, is what I say is so important. When we were in training camp and it was that tough competition for man almost every position, and everybody saying, but that's a real good problem. Cause I'm gonna be honest, I can't tell you that 24 could have played Garrett greater than 34 did yesterday. I couldn't tell
Mhm,
you he did a better job.
mhm,
I couldn't. It could have been equal. It could have been worse. I can't tell you. He could have locked him down,
mhm.
but I can't. He did an that was the backup cornerback on one of the best wide receivers you gonna see in the sport. and he damn near shut him down. So I can't tell you that 24 could have died. Man, I done saw 24 get cooked a few times. So that's what I'm saying. I can't tell you 24 he'd have done better than that. So that's why I just said I'm so proud. And that's so tough. I want to be telling people I understand how hard it is to be the quarterback, but the cornerback to me is the hardest position. It's the most pressure because you by yourself and you got to check Odell Beckham, or it's always ridiculous who you got to check. Yeah. And they be like, you go get him, and it'd be like a prime after Tyreek Hill by yourself. It is a pressurized thing in the world, starting that you get cooked or try to bat a ball. It's just too much pressure. But I thought 34 to be the backup cornerback to come in against Garrett Wilson and the show off tackling. He would leave Garrett Wilson and come up to show off. He wasn't just tackling. His tackling was changing the momentum of the game. When he would hit a person, the whole team would be. He did it 3 times. When he tackled the person, the whole team was lit up.
Yeah, he put a hit in Conklin, the tight end,
and
man.
He put fire on somebody's ass. So
yeah,
I couldn't be more happy for him. But I just want to say how hard that's the backup cornerback, and he playing against Garrett Wilson. I can't tell you that Terrell would have did much better than that.
Yeah,
and oh, sorry about
it. No, sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna, I mean, and it sucks that AJ went down. Well, I mean, what we love about AJ is he's so physical in the run game, and he came up and laid a fucking. I mean, the problem was that obviously Brees's helmet hit his helmet, so obviously he's in the concussion protocol. But Clark's similar breed though. Like he'll come up and hit you too, and he doesn't care, and and I think other than just Tim Boyle and Trevor Siemian being terrible quarterbacks, when Clark came in, I think we switched more. We played a lot more zone because Clark's a little better in zone, which kind of screwed Akuda because Akuda's a little bit better in man. So Akuda was kind of getting picked on a little bit, and so like. But I think they were trying to help Clark out, as far as like he's a rookie, and they did, I mean, because like you said, Mike, I mean, played a little bit of the slot, came in, but to be on the outside against their number one,
what?
Yeah,
man.
And just to highlight that, highlight the defensive stuff, Garrett Wilson, believe he was the second wide receiver taken last year after Drake London, or the year before. Only 50 yards, only 50 yards receiving, 3 catches. I thought for sure they were going to target Clark Phillips. As soon as I see the lineup, I'm like, man, they're going to either go here on a deep pass or something like that. But more goes into this, and this by far now is in full effect. The Jerry Gray effect is in full swing in Atlanta, turning around the secondary.
Oh, man, yeah.
Night and day, man. It really doesn't matter who you're putting back there. I mean, sure, you got D. Alford, a great slot corner, and you got 2 guys that are similar traits and height, size, and speed, and D. Alford and Clark Phillips. Clark Phillips, he played like a big boy on the outside yesterday, man. I loved it. Like you mentioned, AJ, very physical corner. He's not afraid of contact. And yeah, man, that hit was pretty loud, man. That hit was pretty loud. I knew something was coming, man. I knew something came from that, I should say. But this Falcons defense, man, and we was running some numbers beforehand. What Ryan Nielsen has done in 13 weeks with this Atlanta Falcons defense it's not a 180. It's a goddamn 360. Wild, it's unbelievable. And I'll run the numbers. 7th in scoring defense, 10th in overall defense. So we have a top 10 defense, 2nd and 3rd down defense, and 1st in red zone defense. Unbelievable. We must protect Ryan Nielsen at all costs, man.
All costs.
Yeah.
They put a graphic on the screen that blew my mind. I was trying to grab the phone and snap it, but it was gone. But we had the streak. I don't know if we still have it, but we had the streak for most quarters with no touchdown or some shit. I'm thinking I told y'all this. I do it every day. It's like I'm rich and they got to dawn on me every day. I get up every day and be like, we got a defense. Like it's because I've been a fan since a child. And I don't recall that just like it's our defense that we can brag on and talk. The defense, dog, it was always Julio Jones or Matt Ryan or somebody to be able to brag. Jesse Bates man, I don't gamble, but he got me trying to parlay that he gonna have a pick. Because it's just likely that he gonna have a pick. The dude is a ball hawk, and that's why we got him. But Jesus, I mean, that dude can read. It's a ball hawk. Like if the definition, he's the definition of that. Like he's gonna find the ball and he's gonna take it. And again, I just gotta say, Clark Phillips, man, to take advantage of your opportunity, dog. I could not be more proud of you, dog. Jalen Hawkins, pay attention. But I think, man, and even Richie Grant.
Yeah,
Dog,
to some
Richie Grant
extent.
must have heard Berto and John turn on him.
Resurgence.
He must have heard Berto and John turn on him.
It's been a blessing in disguise.
The last two games, he stepped it up right after the both of y'all kind of would. I'm telling you, he stepped it up. He's been playing better, man. So I have, and these dudes are young. So I just have respect for those dudes. That's so hard to do what they doing, and they are doing it, man.
Yeah, he's definitely made strides. I was trying to find one thing that's pissing me off was his tackling still.
Yeah.
Yesterday, but because I think he had a 23.4 grade for tackling yesterday, which is
he got just bad.
This is bad. But look, he had the forced the sack strip, strip sack, whatever you want to call it, and there at the end. So I mean, he's still. And I was on that safety. Our boy Daniel Flick posted today. The Falcons appear to be all in on the 3 safety packages. Snap counts again for this game. Jesse Bates 68, every snap. Richie Grant 53, and DeMarco Hellams 50.
So I love it. Man, such a physicality that Hellams is bringing, man, and just having Grant play now where you're not thinking, you're not backpedaling, you just see ball, react, go to ball. That's it. Just read and react. And that's kind of where he's at. Where he's at his best. And man, to close the game out yesterday, the strip sack fumble, man, it was so feel good, man. But speaking about the defense, man, Arnold Ebiketie has he's quietly leading this Falcons defense in snaps.
17 snaps yesterday.
On 17 snaps. But hey, listen, you know what? He was fresh. It was a very, it was in the trenches style game. It's a very ugly victory, as the title will say. It was, whose will is strong? Is it the Falcons offensive line or the Jets defensive line? Which the defensive line for the Jets, they're no pushovers. They're no scrubs.
No,
that's
absolutely not.
They're men among boys, man. That is a very physical front four there, spearheaded by Quinnen Williams. But the Falcons were able to do, impose their will in some cases yesterday. It was great to see Arnold Ebiketie, and again, like I mentioned, quietly having 5.5 sacks in this year. I know a lot of us. I know I was on that. Man, is this another bust in the making? Second round pick. Guy's not really showing enough, but he's quietly putting together, a pretty solid season. Again, like I mentioned, 5.5 sacks. One came yesterday where he beelined right around the edge there for the sack. It was incredible. But this defense, shout out to everything that they did yesterday. Was a nasty game. It was pouring like crazy, and you kind of figured it was going to be a defensive bout. Whose defense was going to prevail and come out on top. Obviously, of course, the Falcons did, forcing the Jets to a few turnovers. And man, it just everything that we expected and then some. But John, as this defense continues to mature, what is this? Is this our calling card right now? Does the Falcons season rely on how much in games this defense can keep us? Because we saw very limited limitations to this Falcons offense yet again, and I'm sure that we'll touch on that as the show progresses. But is this it? Is the 2023 season relying on what the Atlanta Falcons defense can do the rest of the way?
Kind of. I mean, it's that type of game with that type of weather. It's tough to take a lot offensively. You know what I mean? Like, because you're not going to. I mean, we were me and Mike were texting. And I was like, dude, to me this seems like a Tyler CP type of game. Like and no diss to Bijan at all. We love him, but this is a straight up and like you got to get north and south with these guys. Like you don't have time to draw stretch zone. That like these guys they're in the backfield in a hurry. Like they Quinnen Williams was having Dahlman for lunch, man. So I mean, like you can't.
Hey, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and leftovers.
Right. Shit. So I mean, like I thought, more CP, more Tyler would have been better in the run game and maybe use Bijan more in the passing game, then if you still utilize him, still give him runs, but it just seemed like it was more of a Tyler type of game. And you saw when he got in there, he definitely, he was falling forward, he was getting yards. Not that the Bijan wasn't. Again, it's just more of a north and south type of game. And some of the earlier in the game, they have the Jets have the second or third rated pass defense in the league. So, and it's nasty. I understand you have to throw, but man, like some of the decisions when they were made to throw versus it was just kind of like, what are you doing, man? Like, I don't, you're doing this again, and then the fourth and the out of the goal, and you're going to run a stretch zone on your in the end zone.
In the end zone, man. They were waiting for it the whole game. What the hell
are you doing? Like, and like Lowe posted, and I was like, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, I guess it's the same shit we talk about every week. Like, he must be thinking they'll never expect it. Dumbass. Yes, they're all in the backfield. Like, I just like those are the things that make you wonder, like, is this offense with him calling these plays sustainable? Like, not even just with this, but for any quarterback, any system, any quarterback in this system, like, because there's always multiple ones per game that are just like leave you. And I'll be the first one because I've done these 22s and I've said, hey, look, there's some questionable calls, but it's a lot on just the execution of those plays, right? They're not, maybe not the best, but you can't make that type of decision in that. And then later on, the 4th and 2, you're running a shot. You need 2 yards. And you step in the shotgun and run a draw. Yeah. Again, what the defense is getting upfield on you. So what sense does that make, man? Like, you got to be smarter when it comes to stuff like that. And but yeah, what your question, that was a long-winded answer to your question, but
no, that's all right.
But that's kind of it's tough to judge from this game, but you'd like to think at home or just in better weather, and Desmond shown he can throw the ball better than or like if more I don't know what you'll call it, not accurately, but just more consistently than he had to yesterday. I think he was 12 for 27 yesterday, something like
12
that.
12 for 27. Yep.
Yeah. So you would expect the offense to be better, but I think the defense is. Look, those numbers you read out. We got that's us right now, man. That's just who we are. Yeah. Mike,
man, listen. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, like this, to have this season pan out the way it has pan out has been to me, a thing that if you was at any other job that you have to get fired for. And for no other thing than you picking Desmond as the starting quarterback, because I just believe this, with that defense, had you did a better job in the offseason of just you getting us a capable quarterback, we would be talked about as one of the best teams in the National Football League right now. If you even got us a competent quarterback. But since you did not, since you saw some shit that has not panned out, you should get your ass fired for doing that. I'm just being honest. If you make that big of a judgment call and you miss with this defense being the way it is, I think you have to get punished for that. I don't think that you should be rewarded with more time to do more. I wouldn't give him anymore. I think he's blown it. I get so frustrated to watch my team now because I'm really happy when we win, but all I can think of is, man, I got a feeling that we're gonna have a home playoff game, like kind of by default, because our whole like team, our team sucks sometimes, but the whole division is terrible. So by default, I think we'll win and have a home game. And it's my worst fear to be in the playoffs, 2 games away from the Super Bowl, and just get destroyed because we have we get exposed for he just panicking and the coach panicking, doing dumb shit. And I don't know that we're equipped to battle the top tier teams in the NFL. I'm always going to be like, the day of, I'm going to tell you we are. The day of, I'm going to be in full swing. But I just don't think that we are now. And that's the biggest frustration I have with the team. Is I feel like the coach put us in a position where when we talk about our defense, John light up, I see Berto light up, whoever we have light up as the guest. And that's because everybody know we could win. And then everybody come back down like, oh, yeah. And I hate that because I'm like, we could, man, our defense could win us a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that's the reality. And I'm not just hyping that because I'm a Falcon fan, but our defense is Super Bowl level defense. So then when I turn to the offense, I'm like, the 1 year I just needed a competent offense. I just needed this. I just needed a pulse. It didn't have to be an exciting pulse. I just needed the 1 year I needed y'all to just be okay-ish. Y'all would do this to me and almost cost me a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. I mean, it's we haven't scored over 30 all year long. And we thought going into the season that, hey, we could score minimum 25 every game.
On anybody, we said.
Yep.
And I mean, and I guess the silver lining is the Jets are one of the tougher defenses that we're going to face this whole season, including in the playoffs. And there's Dallas and there's Philly. Philly got obviously just wiped off the map yesterday by San Francisco. But I mean, like there's that silver lining, but you look at there's also you can't avoid the fact that I mean the quarterback Tim Boyle was terrible, like terrible. So bad. Like that's bad quarterback play, like really bad. Like I wouldn't even do the 22. If I was like a Jets, I would not even fucking do it. That's like I'm not doing this.
Oh shit.
Because it's going to be terrible. It's going to be there's not. I mean, you had a flea flicker and you had to throw a couple of good throws to Garrett Wilson, and that was that. But it's just bad. I mean, like so. Sucks for them. I mean, I see why Aaron's trying to get back faster, but I mean, I wouldn't risk it if I was him.
Don't risk it. Yeah, at this point, man.
No, but we need to say that what's up to the chat real fast because we haven't done that yet. Liam, what's up, buddy?
Liam, what up?
Kenny, my man, what's happening?
What up, fellas? 2 in a row. Hate to be a Debbie Downer. Offense, please play better because we look crappier than the weather was. Damn. But I can't wait to hear what you guys cooking up because you guys are always fire. Thank you, Kenny. We appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it, man. Yeah, man. And also we got Bubba Gump. We got Sour Pickle. Miss Lisa Shepard. What's going on? She said it looked like you had fun at MetLife yesterday, Berto.
Oh, and yes, Lisa. Time of my life.
Yep. And Mama Berto's in the chat.
Yeah.
I know you already
said
hello. William Amy, what's going on, man? Justin Swisher Sweets, what's up, buddy? Cool stuff I want to share. Good to see you, man. He said Bucks have the tiebreaker. If they beat us, we got to win. We do. Absolutely.
We have to win.
That's a big one, man. And William Amy, it's an ugly win, but you got to give the Jets credit. Damn right. They got a solid defense up there. They absolutely do. They absolutely do. They could have been worse for sure. And we'll get to it. But I mean, that's why I wasn't too upset with us being conservative. I don't need Desmond trying to force balls into areas where he doesn't need to be forcing balls, where George Whitehead might be, or where Sauce might be, or whoever. Alberto Molina, what's going on, man? Good to see you, dude. John Brooks, he said, "What up, Berto? Much love."
What up?
Bubba Gump said, 3 division games, Colts, Bears. Let's run the table.
Got to.
That's what I'm talking about. Winston Thornton said, "What's going on, fellas? Brother, good luck on the show tonight. Appreciate you, man."
Thank you, man. Appreciate
JQ,
you, brother.
What's up, man? He said, "I understand why everybody says it's ugly win, but defensive guy, it was a thing of beauty."
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And Winston, what's up, buddy? He said, "Chat, smash the like button." Appreciate you.
Yes. Love that.
Mr. Smith said, "I'm glad we got to see Okuda before re-signing him." I'm not going to get on him too bad for one game, man.
No.
We look, we know zone's not his specialty, and I mean that's just. I mean, we've seen our boy AJ get cooked several times in many different games, and I mean it's a whole book. And if he's so, I'll take him back on a lesser contract. I ain't got to sign him to no kind of crazy deal. You know what I mean? But Jamal, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in there. Oblivion, Tay, what's going on? She said, I'm sorry, is Tay a dude or
I have no idea.
I'm not sure, but Tay, if you could let me know. I can't tell. So I notice hate in Jonathan Vilma's voice when he commentates our game. You ain't not kidding. Every time. Blink and Stitch, what's going on? Justin Swish has got a question. He said, "Do you guys see opposing defenses keying on Bijan when he's in the backfield? Plays are going for negative or short gains. Do you think we should pound Tyler or CP earlier in the games?" Berto, you take that one.
That's a great analogy if you want to call it that. Yeah, yesterday's game in reverse, I would have loved to see just Bijan and Tyler as opposed to CP. On these stretch zones, it doesn't look like CP can get to that edge like he used to anymore. I would have rather seen him go just north and south, leave the stretch police with Tyler and Bijan. I think you could have had more success with that. But with that said, yeah, defenses are probably, the defense has always, targeted Bijan in the early whenever he was on the field. I think it's on Arthur to get a little bit more fucking creative with what he has
What?
and dice up different looks, man, to keep these defenses on their heels. 90% of the time, when you see Bijan back there, it's either going to be stretch zone or it's going to be one of those halfback cuts. A lot of the times, man, the defenses are ready for it. You gotta mix it up. So yeah, he's asking, excuse me, another long-winded answer, but yeah, pounding Tyler and CP early on, and then hitting them with Bijan late, kind of how they did it in the Green Bay game week 2. That would be pretty solid going forward. And in yesterday's game, kind of probably could have put the game in a blowout situation because that's me the bias me. I felt like we could have blown out the Jets yesterday, man. That they had no fucking offense whatsoever, man.
None, dude.
And
None at all.
look, here's how he
Yeah, man.
the game. Here's why I say he got to go. It's just the coaching. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like the fall forward thing on the goal line for the first play. Because of my 3 running backs. If I got them 3, I'm probably not doing that. I'm a north and south it. But then the second, if I'm gonna do that, if I'm in that mind frame to do that, see, this is what doesn't make sense. If I'm in that mind frame, just follow me. If I'm in that type of mind frame, I'm so scared. I just gotta fall forward to get 2 yards. Then why then on the next play would I be in the mind frame to then turn around and hand it behind me? Where that wouldn't make any sense, would it? Now that just wouldn't make logical sense. That was it. I would have to be in one frame of mind to do the first play, and then one totally different one to run the second. And this is why I love him as a person. He seemed like the coolest guy. I'll drink a beer with him. Okay, but as a head coach, the man has to go. He can't head coach. That was a poor call. I was like, what is he doing? Why would we run that there? And it was like I think I forgot who just said, but it was we were supposed to, that was a Tyler game. Yeah. It's what Tyler does. He is your battering ram. He got like the helmet with all the scratches on it, and
juggernaut.
That's what he does. So his helmet ain't the pretty one. His helmet with the one is all scuffed up because that's what he does. Go, brother. This is his situation. So why are you not using him in this situation? Instead, you trying to be cute. And again, man, whenever he try to be cute, it just makes the game harder than it got to be. It's like he don't want us to blow it out. It's like he playing himself. He like, no, now how can I fuck this up, but then try to win? It's like he playing against himself in Madden.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't mind the quarterback sneak, whatever you want to call it, just to get like a little bit of breathing room. But like you said, the very next play makes zero sense whatsoever.
Which one is it then? Yeah.
Anthony, appreciate you, dude.
Anthony, man, we appreciate you.
This is my boy, my brother here, Ant Watt, man. He's up from my area too. He's another Falcons fan, man. Appreciate you tuning in,
man. We appreciate you so much, Ant. So I have to ask you, Berto. What percentage were we represented in the building from 1 to 100?
Bro, oh my God. Honest to God, dude, it looked like there were more Falcon fans than Jets fans. Bro, I'm telling you, hold on. At the beginning, and then of course you started seeing,
I got you,
more Jets fans, but they were the Jets fans from the nosebleeds making their way down.
Oh, I got you.
In the general area, I gotta tip the edge to the Falcons, man. There was a lot of us out there, man. There was a lot of us, and we were fucking making noise, man.
I love it.
It was awesome. Yeah,
Jamal said, I think Storm is better than Caleb in pass pro. To be honest, it's hard to determine because Caleb only had 15 snaps, and Storm had 53. And if you take any stock at all of what PFF says, Storm has a 54.9 pass pro, and Caleb had a 65.1. But again, it's the snaps are so vastly different. Tough to even say. But look, you didn't know he was in the game, which is good,
right?
Like you didn't hear he wasn't getting beat, so.
But that's why I'll be saying, like, it's so hard to do that as a backup at whoever's position. But when they come in and they do well and it's no drop off, you got to tip your hat. That's so hard. It's a backup. It's supposed to be a drop off.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Brian Peoples, what's up, man?
What up,
Good to see you,
Brian.
dude. Jordan, what's going on, man? Good
What
to
up,
see you,
Jordan,
dude.
what up, man?
Yeah, man. And then Kerry, what's happening?
Hey, Gary.
Curry said,
What's
"What
good?
up, John, Mike, and Berto?
Oh.
I'm late to the party and still haven't figured out my login for my main account. Hope all is well." So we got the
Is it not a
W.
is it not a forget
Oh,
password
shout
somewhere?
out, shout out to Carrie, man. She won the
That's right.
Jesse Bates hat, the signed hat.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Shout
right.
out to you for getting that.
Oh
Now,
man,
that's a good one to
awesome.
have. You need to frame that. My
Mhm.
man Dre said if AJ was on Wilson, he wouldn't have been targeted as much.
That's a
Yeah,
good
man,
point.
yeah.
Also true.
They
Yep.
were moving Wilson around, man. Just trying to exploit any mismatches, but against this secondary, nothing stood the test, man.
No, man, not at all. And I mean, I mean, some of the big moments. Go ahead, Mike.
Hold on, John. I just want to say this real quick.
Yeah, man.
I was gonna say this in the last game, but I like to hold my tongue until I see it repeat itself with some things. And I gotta say this: the motor on Bud Dupree is exceptional. Like
2
his
sacks.
motor is his best part. It is exceptional.
Mhm.
It never like that shit is like a wind-up toy. And you can wind it up and you let it go. I mean, hey dog, until like the whistle goes and 2 seconds after on every play, he is coming at you with everything he got on every play. Now I was never a fan of his before he came here. I love Bud Dupree. I would buy him a beer. I would, if he trying to merge in traffic, I would let him over. Bud Dupree is the man to me, dog. I'm telling you, he just he personifies hard work and effort. Dog, I enjoy it. Like his motor is one of a kind.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was definitely his best game of the season, without a doubt.
Yeah.
He had 2 sacks, a quarterback hit, I think 7 tackles.
Dog.
Yeah,
But
it
he's
was
always
fun.
He was
close.
all over the
Back
place
there.
too, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
absolutely.
all over the place, dog. It's I love it.
Just
Hey,
never
Russ
again
said,
in past ever again. Like
yeah,
like
never.
Yeah, no, he can't
like
do that again.
can't
Never.
put him on Chris Olave. No.
Never.
Oh,
They shouldn't
God.
do that. Now he's not Superman.
No.
He has limitations, and
No,
that is
not at
it.
all.
Chris
That's one of
Olave
them.
is the limitation.
I think
That's
Ryan
good.
Nielsen probably just scrapped that entire defense. Just like,
Oh,
yeah, that's out the window, but we're never
yeah,
doing that
no.
again.
Yeah.
No, that could have been a factor in
You
last
don't
week's
put
game
him in.
against the
But
Saints.
he's excellent for us. He was a great addition.
Yeah,
Russ
on a
said,
one-year
Berto,
deal.
tell Art to go away from them bunch formations for a minute because Desmond doesn't look comfortable in those
Look,
situations.
man.
John, you and I talked about this earlier.
Dude.
Man,
Look, speaking
I
of something
go ahead, Mike.
Berto had spoke on earlier, he said he was talking about the defense though, and he said when they are able to react, like they play better. I'm not gonna lie, it seemed like that's for the offense and for Desmond too. When he can just when he know where he going and he know what it is and he know when he can just do that, man, Desmond looks sharp. It's when I hate to say this because it sounds bad. It's when he gotta think. When Desmond gotta think, he damn near gonna fuck up almost every time. But when he can just react to the play as it happens and he pulled a trigger with confidence, Desmond Ritter looked like a starting quarterback. He looked
Yeah, I've got mixed opinions on looking forward to doing the all 22 or not because I'm going to do it. It's just whether or not I'm really going to enjoy it or not. But it's going to be it'll be interesting. But dude, I mean, I tweeted out during the game, and we've like you said, Berto, we talked about it. If Arthur is going to be here, I swear to God, if a passing game coordinator is not on the top of the list, like the very first thing you're looking for when the season's over, then dude, like I said on the tweet, I got to question everybody with 2 eyes in the front office because y'all are blind as shit if you ain't seeing this.
Yeah,
I mean, like if we can see it, if I can see it, as a fan, just looking at going, wow, like as a quarterback, where the receivers end up, or how long it takes to develop, or they're all together, or whatever the case may be, makes zero sense. You can't set your quarterback. I don't care who the quarterback is. Like they might be a better one, maybe able to fit a ball in there a little bit better sometimes, but like, dude, I mean, like some of the, and like I said, you can't really see it that well on the TV copy. So, I mean, when the 22 comes out tomorrow, I guess I will dive into that and hopefully have it
Mhm.
out by Thursday. But yeah, I mean, brother, go ahead, buddy.
So I have a question for
Go ahead.
y'all.
Yep.
So I have I got a thing I want to ask both of y'all.
Man,
Do y'all think that the fan base as a whole has come around to understanding what even I didn't understand until John did all 22, and I'm kind of able to say, oh shit, it's the coach and the quarterback. It's kind of hard to put that on like either or. So I
The
have to
whole
be
fan
fair with
base?
it.
I don't think so.
no.
But do you think that the people in general have come to that conclusion, or are they still like Desmond Ritter?
I mean, not
You
to
get a lot
sound
of
like
people that say it's Desmond, it's Arthur. You know, you get that seesaw effect, so to say. But let's bring up what you said early when they're not in bunch formation, right? Desmond operates this offense best. When you take the thinking of what's his first, second, and third read, right? When you take that away,
Yeah.
he functions a whole lot better.
Yep.
These bunch formations they're not really getting you anything in the offensively going. I think we had a 16-yard pass to to Kyle Pitts. That was the highlight out of that bunch formation. Other than that, you don't really get much. It's a pretty fucking standard call, as some would say, just like the stretch zone. Yesterday, had we had a competent offensive coordinator, I think that they would have did a lot of more route concepts where they would isolate and find mismatches. DJ Reader is not putting fear or striking fear in anybody's heart from the Jets. I'm sorry, he's not Sauce Gardner, but you start putting Drake London on that side. You start putting even Jonnu Smith. You start testing that, right? You start chipping away at that, and eventually you'll get the big play over the top. Arthur just doesn't see it. He just goes. It's like, okay, I'll do this play, and then okay, yeah, I'll do this play. That's it. It's like he's his own yes man. That narrative has to change. He has to change that shit, because if not, man, it'll doom us. And I hate to sound like I'm going off the rail and just going off segment or topic, whatever. But you brought up something, Mike, earlier that was very important. Right now 6-6, we'll host a playoff game, right? God damn it. That, as much as I would love that, because we haven't even been around or sniffed the playoffs in that long, I wouldn't fucking feel comfortable because of what offensively we put out week in and week out on the field. I don't want to be one and done, brother. I don't want to be. I'll be happy to say, hey, God damn it, we made the playoffs. But then it's like, all right, yeah, we made the playoffs, but we got the brakes knocked off of us by this team. I don't want that. I want if we're gonna make the playoffs, if we're gonna make any significant strides, I want the defense to complement offense to complement defense. That's the best way that we can get it. That's the best way that we can go on and succeed. I'm sorry. I had to say
no,
that was in my mind earlier from you
spot on. I get so passionate because I'm so secretly mad because I'm thinking all we need is a Trent Dilfer. Bro, all we would need is like a Alex Smith. And it's like, to not be able to have that, I have to blame somebody. I can't blame myself. So I gotta exert it to somebody. And I'm thinking, who would that be? And that would have to be the coach who said, well, I'm gonna pick these two, and it's gonna be one of the two, and you miss on both. I gotta be like, bro, that's a fireable offense for what it could cost us. We will play a home playoff game, dog. And just like I said, depending on who we play, the whole fan base is gonna know before the game start. Like, oh shit, I'm still clap, but oh shit.
I mean,
like, and I don't want to have that feeling like, oh god, I'm a smile, but I know I know it's about to happen because I know my head coach has real limitations, and that's just
the
so
thing, yeah.
Damn, dog. And so I just hope Desmond could catch the wave before then, and so can the coach.
Yeah, I think there's a better chance of Desmond getting better than the coach. I think the coach is already. We say every week, like, hopefully he's going to like get better and not, maybe not outthink himself. But every week he continues to outthink himself. Or like, so it's like, no, that's not. This is just who he is at this point. This is just who he is. Like, I don't think he's going to change. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't, and you just can't all of a sudden throw every concept you have out in the middle of the season or at this point in the season, and kind of
Let me
start over.
ask y'all
So,
this.
but
Hold on, John.
yeah,
So
hang on 1 second. Hey, Dre, I don't think I do think no running backs to score on us, right? A rushing touchdown, is that right?
Oh shit, that's
I
a
don't
I
great
think
don't
so.
stat.
know.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so.
so. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, buddy. Go ahead, Mac.
So listen. So I got a question for you. I got a real question. And the chat too. Yeah, he will hit you. And I'm not being funny. I know he knows that the stuff he's doing is struggling. Why, in your opinion, is he not like he knows? Damn, I'm fucking up. It's not working, or like. So I'm asking you, like, why? Would he not be changing the formula? Not even being funny. Like, why would he still be like, oh, I'm gonna keep this in. I'm gonna keep this play. I'm gonna keep trying to do this. Why, as a head coach, if you know you're going toward the playoffs and your quarterback is struggling with your little strategy thing here, like, why would you continue to do it like week in and week out? And I'm asking that, not even being funny. Like, why do you think he continue, or do you think he feel like it is working?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I think he kind of feels like they're there. They have to be, and they just need to be executed better, which I don't see. And what your previous question, where you said, do we think that Falcons fans are coming around to seeing that it's
Yeah.
both?
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if they're watching, I'm not trying to plug our own video here, but if you're watching ours, even JT O'Sullivan that did it, like if you're watching all 22, where you can clearly see like JT was super critical of some of the play calls as well, like or the formations are like, why are these guys here? That's a former NFL quarterback. That's not just
Sure.
regular, Joe like watching film and talking about it and putting in fart noises and whatever. But I mean, but it's I don't know. It's just I think he believes they can work, obviously, because he keeps calling them. You know what I mean? Like it's like, and he keeps trotting them out there the same way. Like nothing's really changed. So problem is it hasn't been working. But it's like I don't know. Like we thought coming out of the break, out of the bye week, like okay, he probably had a lot of self scouting, realized what didn't work, do that out. That did not happen. Same shit was pretty much called, same results for the most part. So. Like I said, I mean, I don't think, like I was saying, you can't just, you can't just scrap half your playbook. You know what I mean? So like, you kind of have to just go with what you got at this point, because you just can't throw in something. You can't institute something brand new at this point in the season. But I mean, that being said, you still have, you've got plays in there, brother. You just talked about it, that are more conducive for your quarterback to be successful. So
Go with
maybe focus more on those.
that.
I don't know. Like it's, hey, quick shout out to our boy Tip Moore. It is his birthday today.
Oh shit!
Yeah, happy birthday, dog.
Happy birthday, brother.
Damn right.
Happy
Hope you're having a
birthday.
great one, buddy.
Man.
Yeah,
right.
man. I think that the words that come to play is a lot of what the fan base has said, man. Stubbornness, his ego, his pride. All of that. It's a bad mix, a bad batch right there. And he seems to exemplify all of that. I mean, as vague as he is in his press conferences and his explanations to why he does things the way that he does, it's the same way of his fucking play calling. It's the same way. If you know that's not going to work, why the hell do you keep on doing it? I personally, you know what I feel about Desmond? I think Desmond will do an exceptional job running no fucking huddle. Why don't we do it? Give him a list of plays with various formations that he likes.
Yeah.
Putting him in the spot to succeed. Why doesn't he do it? Because he's fucking stubborn as hell. He won't listen to nobody other than his damn self. I mean, unless Arthur comes from upstairs and says, "Hey, buddy, get off your shit. Let's go. Let's get it rolling." But that's probably not going to happen. But it's fucking nuts, man.
It's like Tip says, man. Simple addition game plan turns into calculus around here.
Hey, dog, like I'm gonna tell you what
I don't
I
even know
think.
what calculus is.
I'm gonna tell you what I think is hilarious. Is I said this as a joke, but it's really what he be doing now. And I just was joking that he will get into the situation, and instead of him just doing what is most probable to work, he'll know what's most probable. It's gonna get us 3 yards. I'm sure this will work. He's thinking, well, if I'm thinking that, he's thinking that. So I'm thinking what he thinking, that I'm thinking, that he thinking, that I'm probably thinking. He's doing that, and then he come up with a flea flicker where the tight end is thrown into the end zone for 30 yards. And you be like, what the fuck? And but in his mind, he just came up with a chess move. He about to catch you off guard and go for 7, and he Bill Belichick. And it bomb almost every time. And I'm just like, dog, lower your confidence. And I wouldn't tell nobody to do that. Just lower your confidence and just do what you do well.
Yeah. And Jay Black, I don't know, man. I think Marcus was just a bridge, and if he happened to catch fire and like reignite his career, then maybe. But he's clearly just a backup at best.
Yeah, at best, bro. But, our 2010 offense with this defense, oh boy, scary.
Yeah, I'm just talking about yeah, man, any offense would have sufficed me right now. Any offense we ever had would have been better than
this. Mr. Smith nailed it too.
Right here.
I mean,
yep, we need a real number 2 wide receiver. Nobody was open.
Or a coach who can scheme the players we already have, because we do already have a lot of very talented players on offense. Even though we don't have that number 2, if y'all remember what we said, it's plenty of players that can fill that void of number 2, because you got everybody. So if you knew how to use them, it wouldn't matter.
Yep,
Millie Mills.
Millie, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I wrote down just some big moments in the game, and obviously the safety was huge, or we thought it was going to be huge, because that was like, man, we can't start the game like this, and then luckily, like I said, we didn't know that but Tim Boyle was going to be that terrible, but he was, so it was great to see that. But they had an amazing amount of like pre-snap penalties to be the home team.
Yeah,
they had a lot of false starts and holding. Obviously not pre-snap, but I mean, just in general, they seemed like just out of sorts, like altogether on offense. You already mentioned Clark, man, with the stick on Dalvin Cook, Nate Landman coming in, punching out the ball. That was huge, man. Alfred recovered it. That 2nd and 9 throw to Pitts on the sideline, which later set up. That was pretty solid. And then that later set up the dime he threw to Pruitt in the end zone. I mean, like, that's a difference in the game. That's a difference in the game right there. That's a difference in the game. We don't score a touchdown on that drive. Who knows what happens? Are
you talking about these end zone times?
Look at that,
Michael Pruitt gloves that I got here. Oh my God! Another
souvenir. How the hell you get the gloves, Berto?
Because where I was sitting, as they were
coming the damn field, man.
Dude, you should have, man. I got so much shit, man. I got so much.
That's so dope.
Hell yeah, bro.
So dope. Damn it. Man. I would have started off the show with that shit. I'd have been wearing them damn gloves.
I love this, Dre. So I believe the Falcons offense will gel together completely this month in December, leading into the playoffs. Just stay positive. Man, you got 5 weeks.
It could happen. It could happen.
Back it up, Benjamin. Absolutely.
Back it up, Ben.
Just take the W, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All day long. Demetrius, what up, buddy?
Demetrius.
With momentum of 2 wins. It could happen, man. It could happen. Trust me.
We're 3-0 in the division, but the Bucks, they take, if the Bucks beat us, they take the record against common opponents. And I think they're 1 game better than us against the common opponents. So that's why they would technically have the
Johnny Yates, man, is the Dean Blandino of out of your Falcon mind.
Dean Blandino. Wow.
You see how we just went to him? He knocked that right, because I did not. We was all like, okay.
Oh my God. If he's the Dean Blandino, why the hell were these refs just throwing flags like it was laundry day yesterday, man? They were
I was getting to that. That was just terrible. I mean, the refs were so bad in that game. They were terrible last night in the Chiefs Green Bay game. God awful last night.
That was bad.
But dude, yesterday, like, so we already talked about which we benefited from, but the bad call on Reed probably on the and then but dude, when Grant had the strip sack and they called that play dead, you don't call the play dead. No, you let the play finish.
Exactly.
And then you review it. Like that cost us a touchdown, man.
Sure did.
That was crazy. Yep. It cost us man. Yep.
That's just like Mickey Mouse referee shit. Like that's probably day 1 of ref school. You know what I mean? So like that was ridiculous. But and then the definitely a PI on John Smith in the end zone before the half. Like he was on his back. I mean, that should have been 1st and goal from the 1. Granted, we probably would have had only a chance to run 1 play, but
hey, fuck it.
Exactly. But Clark came up, met Hall on the outside, which Hall, if he had broke the outside on the one run, he could have been a run. And Clark took the right angle and just drove his ass right out of bounds, which was another one. Bates hit on Wilson out of it to force him out of bounds. That would have gave the Jets the ball right there on the 10, 12-yard line, somewhere around there. So that was huge, man. Jesse just doing his thing. They ended up kicking a field goal out of that. CP knocking his own fumble out of bounds.
That was so clutch. Smart. Very, very veteran savvy right there.
Smart, man.
It's like of course, fumble and you mad, but you can't be mad once you saw what he did.
Exactly. Jesse, of course, making the pick, later in the game. Koo just doing his business. Doesn't matter the weather. Just comes in, kicks it right in the middle every time.
That was it, man.
So, and the late hit on Caden, what did y'all think? He was definitely out of bounds, but he was, I don't know. It seemed like
the Breece Hall.
The Breece Hall, yeah.
Dude, I swear that looked, from what I was saying, that looked like a flop. That's the way, the angle that I saw. I'm like, man, it looked like he was baiting him to do that shit, and he just took it. But he was out of bounds, though. Man, he was
clearly out of bounds. Like both players were running full speed.
Yeah,
it's like,
what can you want?
It's like he had committed already mentally.
Yeah, it's kind of like
committed. Like, I'm gonna hit this dude, and then he went out, and he was still like, "Well, I'm already in the motion. I'm gonna finish it."
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't too upset. I was upset about he got the. I mean, it was legit. I mean, he was definitely out of bounds. But then you got Vilma talking about, "Oh, you can't do that." I'm like, dude, like you would have done the same damn thing. You were a linebacker. If you were running full speed to the line, you would have just let up. I mean, like you would have hit him too. But and then the no PI on Carter, on Drake, and on like the next to last drive, I think we had.
Yep,
definitely PI there too. There was some hand fighting, but like he had both shoulder pads. Like that was
definitely had him.
Yeah. So, but that was some of the bigger moments in the game. Then obviously AK getting his sack there on the final drive to kind of like seal it. So that was nice. But
who's this in the chat? Boodog. Is it Boodog? Hashtag Boo. Oh, # Boodog. He says, Berto, what's up with the headgear? All the way into my headgear.
Oh, he don't. Yeah. It's the second time in a row, Berto.
What happened? Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah.
Headgear.
Yeah.
This the second time.
Yo, dead ass. I bought one from Fanatics. It's on its way. I did 2 days shipping to have it for today. The bastards came up short. It's coming in, I think, tomorrow or something.
The bastards came up short. It's gonna be in the review.
The bastards came up short.
The bastards came up
short. Oh man.
Hey,
man. Shout out to you, bro.
I did want to say this. Retro G said, my man, he said, "What's good, fellas? Let me tell you this. This game against the Yucks might have to be a game where the offense gets their shit together." Yes, that's every game. Yep. AJ, Jeff, and Landman on the injury report. Damn, they all hurt. Arthur Smith play calling just baffles me. Every week I can't take it no more. I'm telling you, dog. So I'm gonna tell you what I did notice about Desmond. He gotta, and I'm telling you what could be. I could have figured out the problem with the offense. I could have just figured out live on the show, because here's what I think. I'm just putting what everybody's saying together. Maybe because I was noticing during the game, man, it's a Desmond Ridder flaw that he does not audible. Like, he will not audible to play when it's clear that you gonna run right into the problem or you throwing right into the problem. He don't know how to. He won't audible. He'll just do it. And I feel like he probably knows that he should audible, but I don't think he's allowed to. Like, I don't think he has that power on the field to just go no huddle or do what he want to do yet. And I think if the coach got a quarterback that he could trust, I think that it would run smoother, because he would be able to like audible out of shit and have more like on the field. Then I think he has his little baby, which is just do what I told you to do directly. So he don't change it when it's clearly like, oh no, this shit ain't gonna work. Just based on what I see, it's not gonna work. And he don't change it. So he run right in, he throw it right to the people, or we run right into the defense. And I just think that if he gave him a longer rope to dog, if you see something, say something type shit. Like if you see something, change it. Or like if you want to go in the huddle, trust yourself. Like, here go 3 plays. If you ever want to snap into this because of what you see, go ahead. I think he would do better.
Yeah, I think he can. I think you're right. I don't know if he can audible or not. I don't know if he's allowed to do that. I know he does change protections. I know that. He can call protections, but I don't know about changing the play.
Yeah.
Gentleman's Journal said, Berto, my guy was good. What's your
What's
thoughts on
good,
AK? Seems he's coming into his own as a pass rusher.
Yeah, man. I love what I've been seeing from him, man. It's like a flip, switched, and he's really taking his craft a little bit more serious. Not that he hasn't before, but whatever work he's putting in, it's now evident. I love the hand usage that he's doing now. He's not doing the speed to what it is with the speed to bull rush maneuver shit anymore. Meaning, he wants to use the speed, translate that to power. That's not his game. He's a finesse guy. He's more of a hand usage type player, and he's been using that a little bit more. So that's why I firmly believe that's why he's getting and finishing these sacks, because he was always just right around, just couldn't finish. Now you're seeing him fully get in the backfield and getting the sack. I think he had also, was it a couple weeks ago, he had a sack and he recovered his own sack or some shit like that. So it's his hand usage. It comes down to that. That's the biggest thing that I've noticed with AK this in the past couple weeks.
Yeah.
Man,
and these next two comments,
that edge, it ain't nothing like it. When he come off the edge, you're done.
Yeah.
And these next two comments, just this is Falcons fan base. We need a QB in the first round pick. We do not need a QB in the first round pick, period.
That's hilarious.
But that's the two. That's right.
Yeah.
That's that you either you believe that we do, believe that we don't. You want to give Red a chance.
Listen,
or whatever. It's like it's
Let me say this real quick. For as great as Drake May is, for as wonderful as Caleb Williams is, as phenomenal as Michael Pinks is, as the kid from Michigan, Bo Nix, all of these guys, can they come in right now in an NFL game, being a first-round status quarterback, and do better than what Desmond Ridder's doing? I'll wait for the fan base to answer on that one. Because if Arthur Smith is still the coach calling the plays, you might see the same exact thing, or maybe a little bit worse.
That's the thing. That's it. I mean, you can't underestimate how bad some of this passing game is. Like how bad the concepts are. Like some of it's okay, some of it's terrible. Like some of it just shouldn't even exist on earth. Like I said on a few all 22s ago. Like I don't even know why they're in the playbook. So yeah, to that point, like I said, it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback. If you're calling the same shit and the guys are bundled up together, with four defenders around them, then you're not giving your quarterback anything to throw to, and that's why I said I can't wait to see the 22 again, because I want to see again like how much was it in there. Anthony, hey, appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks, bro.
So hit it right on the head with the overthinking. Defense is too good to be wasting all the talent on offense. Give Bijan the ball. Yeah, man. It's
listen, and I gotta say this too. Like, I hope everyone understands that with most quarterbacks, damn near all quarterbacks, you will have a year of that they all have to have where they don't understand the game of football and the speed of it. So they throwing interceptions and they doing dumb shit, and they throwing it. It's like penalties, and they can't get the ball off in time, and they misreading the play. They're doing a lot of the dumb shit you see Desmond do, just because it's their rookie year. It's his rookie year. You have to remember.
Yeah, and I mean, Dartmouth said Ritter is an extremely accurate quarterback. No, asking the question. He can be. But it's not consistent. And that's the thing.
No.
I mean, like he'll throw some darts and dimes sometimes, and all of a sudden he'll throw a 7-yard pass into somebody's ankles.
Yeah.
So it's like there's no consistency to it. What's crazy, and the Falcons posted this. It's their Nerdy Birds little thing they shoot every now and then. This is about Desmond. In the fourth quarter this year, he has completed 54 of 78 passes for 764 yards with 102.7 passer rating. He has been the best passer in the NFL in terms of success rate, 57.6%, and yards per attempt, 9.8 in 2023. Ritter has also been pressured at the lowest rate in the NFL during the fourth quarter. That is wild, is it not?
That's crazy.
And doesn't include yesterday's game, which again, the Jets do have, like I said, the second or third rated pass defense, so that is what it is. But I mean, damn it, if you could
remind me of somebody else in the fourth quarter, but I digress.
Oh man.
Linda said, I feel like some Falcons didn't have the right cleats. Bijan and a few others looked like they were running in quicksand.
I mean, that turf looked slick, didn't it?
Very
But
slick,
see, I
man.
said it was a Tyler game, bro. It was but
Mm-hmm.
this game was made for that dude. And Bodie, what's up?
My
But
man,
My
Bodie.
man,
hey,
that's my guy. What's up, fellas? I agree, John. If Arthur Smith is gonna be here, he better have a new passing game coordinator and new OC and scrap the whole damn playbook we've been using
There you
this
go.
year. And I
hello.
say, I'm being honest. If I'm the owner and I'm doing that, I'm scrapping the head coach too. It's no need. If I'm going all three, I'm getting everything new. If I'm doing that, I don't have to keep you. I'm doing all of that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't shown somebody, oh, I have to keep you in place and get. I can just clear you and go get everything new. The Gentleman's Journal. When we let Ritter play a loose playground style of ball, he's at his best. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
like Arthur Smith is a
Very
dumbass.
true.
Let's be real. So that's kind of what I was getting at.
Oh
If
shit. Is this
if
the Jeff Wolf? If you're still watching, is this the Jeff Wolf that was on the Jets field yesterday? If so, nice to meet you, buddy.
Jeff Wolf, what up?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be. Um, and hold on, gotta say that
Oh man.
like I would like to do that. I would like to experience the playoffs, and
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what I'm excited. I'm telling you, we will have a home game, and it's just you want to compete. And I mean, when you in your car driving to that expensive ass seat you just paid for, you want to know I'm competing today. Like we gonna ball out, we gonna rumble. I don't want to just be like, man, I hope. Oh God, please God, please God, please God. You don't want to be in, in that state of being, and that's the one we in right now. It would have to be a miracle for them to play a competent, full out game.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Red Machine can't put it all on coaching or QB. To me, it's more that QB is just not that good. That being said, Coach Smith doesn't need to call play.
That's an
It's
excellent
Well,
both.
point.
now,
It's
come
both.
on, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Now, hold on, man. Hold on. He not making no sense. I got to get you because you just said you can't put it all on coaching and quarterback, and then you put it on the coaching and quarterback in the next two sentences. You said it's just the quarterback ain't that good, and Arthur Smith couldn't call plays next season. You put it on the coach and the quarterback, but you said you can't put it all on the coach and the quarterback, sir.
Hey, it's both. Well, like I said, as we said a few weeks ago, like
It's
if
both.
one needs to be better, like one needs to elevate, like at
Yep.
least one.
Oh,
If
I got a
not,
great one for
we'd
you.
love for both, but I mean, like at least one.
So
Damn it.
look, he just prompted something. John and Berto, who is if y'all had to name a third party who was mostly to blame for our struggles, that was not the coach or Ritter, a third party, who's next at bat for blame for our struggles?
Dude, I simultaneously we could say the name Dave Ragone.
Yeah.
Damn, Berto, you
Dave
had that
Ragone.
locked and loaded, didn't
Man, I've had that locked and loaded since our first fucking loss. I said Ragone's got to go because I knew already this is the best that we're gonna see the Falcons do after that loss. So in better terms, week one against the Panthers was decent. Wow, what the fuck did we see against Green Bay? Was like, you know, we was all like, God damn, this team can throw and they can run and the defense is pretty good. Yo, let's fucking go. Week three against the Lions, well, everything went to shit. All of a sudden, we started fucking dropping back 42 times and thinking
you?
we had Kurt Warner back there. It was a recipe for disaster. But if anybody's gonna be the scapegoat or get blamed for it, to your question, is Dave Ragone because he offers nothing,
Dang.
absolutely nothing.
Yep. Justin said, "Would Ryan Tannehill be an upgrade over Dez if we can't get Fields or Murray?"
I think I don't see
Listen,
that as an upgrade.
I, man, I do.
Again, who's call? I mean, yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, talent wise, I think it'd be an upgrade. Yeah.
Mhm.
But again, I gotta call those plays.
But go back to that one if you don't mind by Swish right quick.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So obviously the Ryan Tannehill, you know the connection. They were both together, right?
Mhm.
You don't need to develop Ryan Tannehill. He is who he is as a quarterback.
Oh yeah.
He's a good pocket passer with, you want to say probably now limit mobility because he's a little bit up there in age, but he can still scramble for the first down and look pretty darn good doing it, right? You don't have to develop him. The bottom two guys is what I have a problem with. For as great as Fields and Murray is, What can Arthur do to maximize those two guys' potential or untap their potential? And within this scheme right now, this
Yeah.
scheme, it fits a Ryan Tannehill, unfortunately. Unfortunately, sorry to say it like that. Folks are gonna, oh, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Oh, he's an idiot. Oh, whatever. You look at it. Do your work. What can if that's the case, we would be seeing numbers far better than what we're seeing right now with Desmond Ritter under Coach Arthur Smith's tutelage. He would be a far superior quarterback, but we're not seeing that, unfortunately. We're not. So bringing in a Fields, exhausting a lot of draft picks, even with Murray and contracts to be had, you're probably better off riding with a Ryan Tannehill who can just come in here, who knows the verbiage, make the necessary changes on the offensive line. Is not afraid to call an audible if he doesn't see something. Basically, I'm saying he's a veteran with balls that knows Arthur Smith's system, and he can give Arthur Smith the pushback he deserves to when the time is right. Because Fields and Murray are not going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Murray might leave the team and go fucking play Call of Duty.
Yeah, right.
But hey, that's just my take on it. And look, I love Miss Lisa Shepard because she's always 100. She says no to Tannehill. I get it, but and this goes back. If Arthur's gonna be here next year, he's gonna bring in somebody that knows him in and out.
Hey,
the other guys don't know him. Tannehill does.
You know what really make me mad? But I swear to God, it's true. I don't care what nobody say. If I mean this today at his age, if we had Matt Ryan at his age right now, we would be talking about a Super Bowl. I'm talking about him right now. Because he just wouldn't, he'd be competent. He can't run, but he wouldn't throw them interceptions. He would be competent. He could just, he would know how to do.
Yeah.
I don't even want to start that. Tay, when Kirk Warner put out that video and showed off the play calling for Desmond Ritter, showed me it's not the quarterback. Yep.
Yeah, he
is the quarterback sometimes because some of those throws he made are unacceptable.
Yeah, he showed like a snippet, 3 or 4 or 5 plays, something like that. If you watch the 22 I did for the Arizona game when Taylor played, and not to shit on Taylor, but I mean Taylor left. God, I don't even know how many throws on the field. So like if those are attempted or completed, like nobody's talking about it, and even the last game, I mean, like there's a few throws Desmond could have made that he didn't make, or decisions that were the wrong decisions, in hindsight. So it's both. It really is. Like, I mean, it's not a cop out. It's like, I mean, both could be better. The coach could be better. The quarterback could be better. Like, it's just, and I want them both to be good. I want them both to, I want to win. I want to go as far as we can, but it's like, it's just, it is what it is at this point, man.
Bubba in the chat said, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're gonna bring one up. Go ahead."
Oh yeah, go ahead.
He said Mike because he's stubborn. He's talking about the head coach question. He said Mike because he's stubborn. That's why he don't change, and him being like that will be his downfall as a head coach. Football is easy. It's the coaches that make it hard. Look, I really wanted to know that because it doesn't. I just think it would be like common sense. So the fact that he's not doing it, I would wonder why. It's kind of weird. The Gentleman's Journal question: what does Arthur Smith do well? I'm telling you, like, I have not been. I think that I was all on the quarterback at first, and then I started to think if I applied this same logic to the head coach, how would I view him? And I realized, oh no, hold on, I gotta be fair. The same thing would apply. Like, you've showed no progression. It ain't like I haven't seen him get better at one thing. So I don't.
There's not a lot of consistency there either. That's the thing. Neither are very consistent. And Tay said we do have number 2 and number 8. Yeah, I mean that's basically what he is. He's essentially a number 2 receiver. But if he's not fully healthy, then I mean, that kind of hurts too, man. That kind of hurts too. But it's I'm not sure, man. Linda said I love the all 22. I understand. Oh, hey, appreciate that, Linda.
Me too, Miss Linda.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what were you gonna say, Berto? What is somebody saying?
Bubba said, "How is Fields an upgrade?" I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm backtracking or anything like that, but I don't. Did I? I don't think I said that he would.
No, I think he's just asking why.
Okay. All right. But
I mean, Fields probably Fields probably has like more arm talent, more. Actually, I don't know. Desmond's got a pretty serious arm, but I mean,
Yeah,
like,
he's got a arm.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, it's hard to say because both guys. I mean, he's been in a terrible situation at Chicago, kind of held back by some just crazy ass coaching there too. So I mean, it's a tough. That's a tough. I don't know. It's
Mhm.
like both. I don't know,
Quarterback is a
man.
crapshoot, no
It
matter
really is,
what.
dude. It
Veteran,
really is.
rookie, no matter what.
Yeah, it's crazy. Gentleman journalist, honestly, I wouldn't waste the first round pick on a QB with Smith as our yeah, right. As our coach, maybe
Mhm.
a second round, go Shore Sanders, groom him. First round, I go get Verse or Turner from Bama. I'm all on board for Verse or
Ooh.
Turner, buddy. Either
Both of
one.
those guys, either one of
But
them,
it's that.
animals.
But it's
Hmm.
that's why the head coach have to go. When you feel like I wouldn't waste a first round pick on the head coach got to go.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah.
And TJ Yates to be with quarterback as wide receiver coach.
Dude,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
asked him that yesterday when he was coming out the tunnel.
You asked
Oh
who? TJ?
I swear, yo, dude, on everything I love. I just said it to him. He just looked up and chuckled and ran
yeah,
to the wide
because he know.
receivers. He fucking knows. As soon as he came out, yes, I said, Yates, make it make sense. You're a quarterback, not a wide receiver, buddy. You're headed to the wrong direction.
Oh,
Yeah,
He looked up, he's like, and he just trotted out, man.
because he know. Dog, I see you can't get me started. I love Gardner Minshew. I love that dude. But like I said, I love like Taylor. I love those type of quarterbacks. But I don't know because Taylor failed me. So I'm a little not confident. But I do love the guy.
Mm.
If Jay Black said if Arthur brings any new quarterback in next year, he will end up being fired in the middle of the season. Lisa said, "Why don't the Falcons have a quarterback coach who is helping develop Ritter?"
I-
Uh,
I guess we're gone, man.
Question.
We're gone for
yeah,
the most part, I would assume.
Yep.
And I mean, we talked about it. Schaub's in the house, but we don't know what Schaub's really doing other than
He's
just
offensive and
analyst,
he
right?
run yep, yeah, the analytics is what he runs.
Hmm.
see that shit.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
How about they swap? Sour Pickle said, "Just to listen to what you guys are saying, are we playing with fool's gold this season though? And this division is this bad division? Even if we get to the playoffs, do you think they'll not fix issues for next year?" Yeah, so that's why I say that you seize the moment and
Mhm.
you can never take it for granted. If like when man, next year if we tweak this a little, please. Do you all remember the Vikings was in that position and they said all we need is a quarterback, and they went and got Kirk Cousins, and they didn't go back to where they thought they was gonna be. Like that shit happens all the time.
Mhm.
So that's why you can't waste these and just be like, oh, you give them a season to work it out, or that's why you cannot miss the way our head coach has missed. If you
Mhm.
miss with the starting quarterback, you can't miss with the backup, and to miss with both of them, we have
Yeah.
to miss with you, please, sir. Here's this box. Please stick your things in. Please, sir, don't cause a scene, sir. Please don't call. Please, sir, man, don't touch anything, sir. Sir, we need you to calm down, sir. You got to
Yeah.
leave
King
the
Reese.
building. I'm sorry.
Yeah. 100%. And yeah, they give them the little plastic trash bag like they do the players in training camp.
Yeah, and man, we need your
Uh,
playbook.
King Richie said, "Hey, what up, fellas? Why don't our head coach know when to run Tyler and
That's
then
what I'm
Patterson?"
saying,
That's what we thought
dog.
about,
Yeah, I
That
dude.
don't
was
I
the
Yeah.
don't get it,
Tyler
man.
game.
Yeah, we said it, man.
He
Uh,
should have had the dirtiest jersey on the field.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, the fact of the matter is, I mean, if we go to the playoffs or even if we don't at this point, I mean, unless we just tank these last 5 games, I don't think there's any chance
We
he's
go
not coming back.
Johnny Yates. We hosting that home game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And so Arthur's not going to go anywhere because I've
Yeah.
never seen a team fire a coach for after making the playoffs. I don't think.
John, I'm not even thinking about that.
Mhm.
I'm happy and depressed
It's just, I mean, that's the thing. I
because it
mean, like I
almost
said,
guarantees he is back. You are
absolutely.
absolutely right.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, but it'll be on him. Like that's why it's gonna make the quarterback position even that more important next year. So either Dez does enough these next 5 games to make everybody feel comfortable, not just us, not the fans, but like Terry, the whole everybody, Arthur Blank, the whole night, like everybody in the front office feel comfortable with him going in the next season, or Tannehill, Cousins, draft somebody. I mean, like Mike, like you even said last week, yeah, you said possibly draft a second round guy, let him sit, and Ritter still starts.
Yeah.
But if it's like a Jaden Daniels type of guy, and you feel like he can come in if Ritter's not doing well, then whatever it is, man, whatever decision's made, it's for Art's job next year because he's going to have to win next year and be better than this year. Because you can't keep trotting out like the guys that we have and scoring no points. You know what I mean? Like that's got to change.
Yeah, that's
one way or the other
crazy.
is got to change.
And that's the thing, man. With all these pieces, man, you could put Jesus Christ, you could put any other coach or any offensive coordinator. With the talent that we have here, there's really no reason why we should not be scoring in that 25 to 30. Like you mentioned earlier, we haven't even hit 30 yet. Our most points this season has been 28 with fucking Bijan, Pitts, London, Algier. That's Jonnu. Oh my God, that's already 5 guys offensive pieces that, any other NFL team probably be close to, 1,000-yard receiving or 5 or 6 touchdowns receiving, and go so on and so forth. So yeah, to be underwhelming in this season, and on this team now with what we have, oh man, it's crazy.
It's fucking hilarious, bro.
He's the ultimate position. Is like that guy that got to push the button on the nuclear alarm. That is hilarious.
Yeah. I even forgot what I was going to say now after that. That's funny. But yeah, no, it's I read a stat earlier. It's been since 1978 since a Falcons team has not scored at least 30 points a game. And that'd be crazy with the that'd be crazy, man. So we got 5 games left, so hopefully they'll figure it out. But
man, again, since 1966,
78.
So 78. Sorry,
yeah,
there hasn't been a Falcons team that not scored 30 points in a season
at least once. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna tell you, like I've said this countless
for an
times before.
offensive-minded coach.
Yeah,
man, I'm gonna tell you, I've said this countless times before. There are coaches in the league that probably in private stare at him and be like, if I had that team, I'd be in the Super Bowl. Or like you're a dumbass. But they probably think really bad of Arthur Smith in private because of the talent with that defense and the talent on your offense, and you can't get this together. You look like an idiot to your peers.
Could you imagine Steve Sarkisian as a head coach or as an offensive coordinator with this offense?
I would love it.
Doing what he's doing in Texas. That's one coach that got away a little too soon. But yeah, fucking points machine. That's where we would have been.
Right, man. Anyone creative. Young, I'm gonna be honest. He seems like the worst type of head coach for this type of talent. Like the worst possible one to go get. It seemed like it was good for last year. It just seemed like the worst coach. He got to go, dog. I don't think you give him an extra year, but I think we will go to the playoffs. And damn, John, I didn't even make that connection. We will make the playoffs, and that will guarantee him back.
He had that really, really, really good season in 2019 with the Titans, I believe, right, Berto, with a 19?
Say again? I'm sorry?
Didn't he have the really good season in 19 with the Titans?
No, 21.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he had a really good season there, and that's how that came about.
Derrick Henry got him that name.
Man, Derrick Henry, you remember that Derrick Henry year. It's hard to forget that. He ran over everybody.
Very hard.
Jay Black said we need to use Van Jefferson and Scotty frequently. Like I said, coaches will be using all them. So when y'all say it ain't a number 2, dog, we got so much. Yeah,
they're used, but it's a matter of where they're running.
Yeah,
dude, explain to me.
We got a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7. So we don't need a number 2. We got all these good things, and it just but they run into each other.
Yeah, that Van Jefferson trade is probably as bad as Brian Edwards last year. Both from the Rams too. I think we need to stop that connection.
And we thought that was going to be better. Yeah,
it's
been terrible. Yeah, but
Dollar Pickle said I heard someone say today it's starting to feel like Ritter is Mariota. They're the same to me. He can't connect on deep passes ever, and passes are weird half the time. They're the same to me. You never know what they're gonna do. Mariota would drop back and my heart would drop. I never knew he was a wild card, and so was Desmond Ritter. Because he could throw an amazing pass that had you like, yes, Desmond, or he could throw the most dumb shit you ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Why is
This I
Drake
don't
London
understand.
running go routes?
I
He
don't
should
understand
never run
why.
a go route in the
Should not
history. He
be.
should never be on that. That should never be his assignment.
Leave that for Scotty Miller. Leave that for Dan
Yeah.
Jefferson.
Dude, it's crazy, man.
Aaron said,
Aaron,
"Love
what's
how
up,
we
buddy?
got a top 3 red zone defense, right? I don't want to see Clark
Yeah,
Phillips.
Clark
I
does not
told
need to
y'all
come
my
on.
man was gonna do this. I love it.
Whenever Hughes comes back from whatever hand injury he has, just chill, buddy.
Just let it-
Take
He
a
had a
seat,
brace.
relax. Did he? Yeah.
Yeah.
So just relax, man. Let that hand heal up the rest of the season,
Yeah.
and then you call it a day. All right, boys. If y'all are done with the Jets, we got to talk a little bit about. You done? We good? In the Jets?
Yeah.
We got to talk a little bit about the top 4 in college football playoffs because that was a crazy ass weekend. SEC championship game was on Saturday. Y'all all see that I'm wearing an Alabama hat tonight. And it's not to troll anybody. I'm an Alabama fan. They won.
He's definitely trolling. He's definitely trolling.
Come on, Dave Huxtable said it for you, buddy. Come on.
He did. Hey, look. Berto got Dave Huxtable to say into his phone camera, "Roll Tide," and send it to me. So that was
that was dope.
But look, it was a hell of a game. Look, I said last week when we got the email and the dude asked me, Jay, I think emailed us and was asking me like, what did I think about the game, or did I think Alabama had a chance? I said I thought they have a chance, but I thought Georgia would win the game because I thought Georgia was deeper, and Alabama's playing better, but they're still a younger squad, and but hey, we won. Definitely, that Isaiah Bond catch definitely, if it was reviewed, probably not would have been a catch. So I get everybody's anger over that because it did move. At the same time, that was in the second quarter, so there's a lot of time left. Georgia missed a field goal, fumbled inside of 20. They didn't. There was time that they could have made it. They lost by 3 points, so other stuff could have went on to win that game. But regardless, what sucks is I definitely think Georgia is a top 4 team, but when they lost, when Alabama won, they had to have several things happen. They needed Louisville to beat Florida State. They needed Oklahoma State to beat Texas, and that didn't happen. Neither one of those things happened. And Texas blew out Oklahoma State and made them look even better. Texas beat Alabama the second week of the season. So now you've got Texas almost has to get at this point because they beat Alabama, who just beat Georgia, who was number 1. So now you've got Texas at 3. Now you're looking at the 4th spot. The first 2 spots, Michigan and Washington, fine. Undefeated seasons, Big Ten. Washington beat Oregon twice. They beat Utah. They beat USC, UCLA. I mean, legitimate schedule, so legitimate team. No argument there. The fourth spot, Florida State undefeated. They lose Jordan Travis at the end of the year, horrific injury, and they look completely terrible on offense, right, against Louisville. Just terrible. You can tell that's not the same team. Great defense, but just not the same offense. I mean, it looked like Tim Boyle out there. I mean, that's what it looked like. It did. So the committee has to make a decision okay, is it the top 4 teams that, we're looking at, or is it, we're going to leave out a ACC Power 5 champion, that was undefeated, so I feel Savion, our boy, who's a huge FSU fan, I feel terrible. I feel bad for I feel bad for the players at FSU, the coaches, all the fans, because you went undefeated, it was the ACC's down. It's not the same ACC. Strength of schedule was kind of shitty, which all end up hurting. That helped Bama. Bama had the 5th rated strength of schedule. Georgia's was 37th, so it didn't help them either. So it was just a bad. I think I forgot who said it, but somebody I think on ESPN said it was just a bad timing, man. It was just it was a bad year for this all to happen, because if you move FSU to that 4th spot with that quarterback or that offense and against any of those 3 of those teams, it's going to be ugly. I mean, the defense might keep them in it, but. So I think the committee didn't want to see that happen, and then to have Bama beat number 1, in the SEC championship game. And, I don't know. I totally get the frustration and the anger from the FSU fans, but of course I'm not going to be mad about it because Alabama got in. I'll be happy they got in, but it's just it's tough, man. It's just a really, really tough, because you could have made the argument. I fully expected FSU to be the number 4 team when they made the announcement. Me and Liam were watching it, I was like, it's going to be FSU because they can't leave out undefeated. And then Bama came up. I was like, holy shit, they did, and it, like I said, I feel bad for them, but
John don't give a fuck because Bama got him.
no,
John
it's
don't
not
give
true.
a
It's not true.
John
It's
don't
true.
feel bad for y'all. John know Bama got it, and that's all he
This
cares.
was the politically correct portion of today's show.
Yeah.
No, man,
John don't
Oh,
because
shit.
I put myself in that position. Like, how would I feel if the Bama were in the table, but was left out, like, regardless of the schedule, because that's what, it's pretty much what the committee said over the years, like they're not going to leave out a Power 5 conference, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And that runs the table and does that. So, like if we had lost, it'd have been easy. Georgia moves in the top 4, done deal. And then it would have been like, is it Texas or Florida State? You almost have to put Florida State in because they were undefeated and Texas had the one loss. So like it's tough, man. It's a really weird situation there for both of them. But but now we got to play Michigan. Hey, did y'all see the reaction to the Michigan players when they found out it was Bama instead of Florida State?
I missed it.
It's hilarious. They're all in the room watching it. They're like, oh shit, like, like there's a few like, let's go, and then the other ones are like, I don't know, man. But yeah, I mean, I it was funny because Damsky texted me. He's like, man, you're a better man than me because my nuts would be all over the timeline right now if Ohio State would have just won. And I kept quiet. I didn't say anything because I know there's a lot of very sensitive Georgia fans, so I didn't say anything. And like a lot of my buddies that are Georgia fans, I didn't text them. I didn't send them any things. I know they're gonna be pissed off. So I left it alone, man. I went on my Twitter account and I put 2 little elephants in the emojis. I just hit send. That was that. That's all I put in there. So I mean, like,
hold on, John. What does that mean? 2 little elephants.
That's the Tide, Roll Tide.
Yeah.
Oh, Roll Tide. Okay.
Mascot.
Yeah. Mascot. Yeah. So, but I mean, it's it to have it work like that, man. Is just I felt bad because, like I said, Georgia clearly to the eye test, top 4 team easy. You know what I mean? Like top 4 team. But then if you leave Texas out, then you're going to say, okay, the Big 12 championship doesn't mean anything, and the fact they beat Bama doesn't mean anything. So, like, how do you leave Texas out? So it's just it sucks. I mean, we would need next year will be 12 team playoff, and then everybody should be happy. Then we'll be bitching about who didn't make the 12th spot. It'll be the 13th or 14th team.
Always, man. Always.
But 12's better than 12's better than 4. So I mean, we'll see. But we just had to cover that because, like I said, Or did y'all have any thoughts about it?
Why not the 12 this year, John?
This has been 4. That's been the agreement, and they decided to raise it to 12, just going into 2024. Okay. Yeah. So,
yeah, that'd be way more money.
Oh hell yeah!
Way more fun for the fans.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I enjoy watching everybody else. I'm a Virginia Tech guy.
Are you?
Yeah. So program they have to figure it out. They haven't been competitive in God knows how long.
Been a bit.
Yeah, so it's been a while. So I try to watch as much as I possibly can. I just enjoy watching everybody else. And to me, this year seemed like probably one of the lesser talented Alabama teams, and they still finished with a tremendous record. And what Milroe has, what he did, dude, he won 80 this year from the guy that showcased at the beginning to what he was doing against Georgia. It was pretty cool to watch, man. It was pretty cool to watch. He was methodical, knew how to pick them apart, knew how to take his chances and when to take his chances. That Georgia defense was, again good, led by what's his name? I think Stackhouse. Yeah. But yeah, overall, it was good. It was good to watch. But for me, if Virginia Tech is not involved, not making any sort of noise, I kind of just stay away from the sport. Period, man.
No, hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you some shit from that I learned from the South. Is that, man? I came here and I would call home and I'd be like, dog, like they take college football like way serious, like serious.
Yeah. Oh,
and it ain't that big up top. So I'm like, man, and they like more than the real play. I said, dog, like more than the Falcons, but like the dogs are bigger than the Falcons. And I said, dog, it's the weirdest shit ever, but it is the coolest thing to watch. Because if you went to that school, and no matter what your age is, it'd be people who like 62. They'd still be like, "Hey, look, man." Like when Saturday come, they take it very seriously, and that is the best fan experience to me. There's no experience like college football.
True.
Like there's no professional experience maybe soccer, because I haven't experienced that yet. So maybe soccer, but it's just nothing like college football. And I'm not even a real big fan, but it is amazing to watch the fans participate in it. I just love it. Like John, for him to come on with that hat and to sneak this on Twitter with the 2 emojis is the funniest thing. Because
look, man,
he had to let it out in some way because they take it so serious. It's hilarious. I love it.
No, I don't even, like I said before on the show, like I have nothing against Georgia. A ton of respect for Georgia, a ton of respect for Kirby Smart. Hell, he was with Alabama for so long. We won national titles with Kirby there. So like, no, like I don't get into all that stuff. I don't argue back and forth with guys. I mean,
Kirby was from Alabama, John?
He coached at Alabama, yeah. He coached with Kirby at he coached with Saban at LSU, and then he coached with him at Alabama. He was a defensive coordinator at Alabama.
Oh, before he went to Georgia and became head coach.
Right.
Oh, that's a hell of a tree to come from. Damn.
Yeah. And Saban's now, I think, 8-0 at Mercedes-Benz. He's never lost at Mercedes-Benz. Never lost the SEC championship there. So it's pretty wild.
Kirby got to make that right.
Oh yeah, I thought they're going to come back next year. And Aaron said, "Bro, I knew we were going to lose Beck's as QB." I thought Beck got better throughout the year. I thought he was looking pretty good. In fact, for a while, I thought he was going to be like invited to the Heisman because he was putting up some crazy ass numbers, but it didn't happen. And I think he thought that he agreed with you about me not being totally truthful.
That was Pickle said. And Georgia was supposed to play Oklahoma this year, but it got canceled because of the Oklahoma situation with their conference.
Yeah.
People held that against them.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. They had like I said, the 37th rated schedule, so that's not going to help you out at all when you come into the season. And I agree, dude. It's what I said. It's tough though. Like if they'd have won, no question they're in. Like dogs. I mean, but the fact you can't. If you'd have told Texas they're out after winning their conference and beating Alabama, who just beat Georgia, and that almost makes no sense too. So it's a shitty situation. If there's more teams that have been better. What's going on, Audrey? Said, what do y'all think about it? Man, that's a very loaded question. We've talked about it on the show. I don't even know how to sum it up. He's hopefully getting better, and hurt by some of the play calling, hurt by some of his own limitations. Still young, still growing. We got to figure it out, man. So one way or the other.
You got to play the show back, dog. Because
we can't recap all that. Yeah, exactly. As I said, why would they give credence to a team like Washington FSU, though? Both those teams are looking to dump their conferences because they knew they weren't good anymore. Washington played a good schedule. I mean, Washington played a tough schedule, and they won all their games. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, go beat Alabama, man. Beat Alabama, and you're in. That's the thing. And FSU, I agree. Their schedule was terrible, and it's just I don't know, man. It's just I'm glad I wasn't in that room, and I saw Mike Johnson, who was a former offensive lineman for the Falcons, also played for Alabama, but he said that Boo Corrigan, who was the head of the committee that chose or whatever, I guess they asked folks in that room to decide, like, hey, who would y'all not want to play against, FSU or Alabama? And everybody said Alabama. And that was part of the decision making. Like, so, I mean, whatever. It's a jacked up situation. It's a messed up situation. Yeah, he did get better, man. Everyone got better every game, without a doubt. He took a huge step this year, man. And he said, I hope they do, man. I hope they do. But all right, boys, we're about an hour and 40. I think we covered pretty much everything we needed to cover. Mike, real quick, man, we had an awesome comment, though. I do got to read it out, man. On our last live, it's from David. The man is in Australia listening to us or watching us. And
Australia?
Man. And we talked about our Spotify growth numbers in the last podcast or show, whatever, and it's just, if y'all didn't see it, it grew a lot in 2023.
That's awesome.
And he said, thanks, buddy. And he said the growth is because it's a great product, so accessible for so many people. You transcend most, if not all, of the hangups that affect the human condition. And you do it all talking about football, specifically the Atlanta Falcons. So glad I found you guys. One of the nicest, coolest comments we've ever got, man. Like honestly, from the heart, man. I appreciate we greatly appreciate that, man. Anywho, guys, we'll Mike and I'll be back on Wednesday this week. Not Thursday. We'll do Wednesday at 7 because Liam has a orchestra concert on Thursday this week, and he's got a steel band concert on Thursday next week. So these next 2 weeks, I know, man of many talents. So we're going to have the shows on Wednesday. Our preview shows will be on Wednesdays at 7 for the next 2 weeks. So I don't know if we'll have a guest yet. For right now, it's just Mike and I on Wednesday, previewing the Bucks game, and we'll go. I don't know, Bardo. We'll see, man. Maybe we might just roll episode 7 next Thursday or next Monday if you're down, man.
Yeah, definitely. I'll let you know for sure.
Yeah, we'll see.
Absolutely.
But hey, Sal Pickle, appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, Bardo, man, go ahead and share everybody where they can find you and follow you.
Yeah,
we'll close it down.
Awesome, man. This is your boy Berto, your host of 95 North Falcons Talk Show. We'll be back tomorrow night with Smitty and Chris as the 95 North Sports Machine has special guests, Big Game James, former Tampa Bay Buccaneer player, coming onto the show. We're going to break down the Bucks and Falcons from the Bens this week, and then I'll be starting my bullshit back on Bleacher Report this Sunday immediately after the final whistle is had at the Falcons game. So I'll be on Bleacher Report, breaking down, analyzing what went good, what went wrong, all for the Falcons. Hopeful victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So those are the 2 platforms that you can currently find me on, and just being me on fucking Twitter, just shenanigans. And
there you
that's
go.
about it, man.
Boondocks on the next 22, man. It's going to be hopefully by Thursday, hopefully like it was last week. They can normally come out early tomorrow, and I have like this process. I try to watch it all the way through, take my notes, go back through, and then do all the individual recordings, and then put it all together. So it's a process, man.
Boondog, I will have my headgear next episode, and if I don't, free coffee on me, my friend.
There you go. Berto, man, have we bounced back, Berto, or is it just a fluke?
Wow, that's a good damn question. Back-to-back wins. Seize the opportunity. 2 teams that kind of like, one's headed this way, one's headed this way, whatever that means. The Jets maybe tail spinning. The Bucks are just plateauing pretty much. I don't think we're gonna get anything more from the Bucks, to be honest with you. I think we're just hitting a good stride right now. I think we're just seizing the opportunity. Thank God for this fucking defense. Let's just put it like that, man.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I'll
seizing opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll say that if we beat the Bucks, we're back. We beat the Bucks, we're back.
Yeah, we back.
So yeah, for sure. But
and you know folks, what I say? We gaining momentum, fulfilling the prophecy. Super Bowl, baby. Taylor Heineken gonna come off that bench. Taylor gonna come off that bench. 5 touchdowns, 523 yards. Bijan have 228 yards rushing. Break the record. I'm telling you, man, all type of Super Bowl this year. Take off work already. Put the days in now. Claim victory.
That's
good. Lord. I love it. All right, boys. Well, yeah, so y'all can catch us always here. Wait, threw me off. Fucking just throwing off on it. In the Clutch Studios here at Variety Sports Network, man, make sure you check out Variety Sports. Drop those guys a sub. And if you go to intheclutch.com, I know Christmas around the corner, drop the code Variety Sports, man. You can get 10% off your first order there. You can follow us on Twitter, Out of Your Effing Mind, on Instagram and TikTok, Out of Your Falcon Mind. We have a Facebook group. I never mentioned it, but we do. If you're on Facebook, feel free to join it. We don't do a hell of a lot on it. We post the video. We do the lives go through Facebook, but it's enough work to try to do Twitter and Instagram and TikTok. So we just kind of stick with those. But we do have the group if y'all want to join. Of course, you can email us, atlfalconfancast@gmail.com. anytime, and we will read those on the show if you want us to. If you're listening to us on Spotify, iTunes, any podcast platform that you can drop us a 5-star review on, please do that as well. It helps us keep growing on those platforms. Write us a few kind words on iTunes. We'll shout you out on the show. I think that's pretty much it, man. That's it. So watch out for all 22. That should be out by Thursday. Mike and I will see you guys Wednesday night at 7 to preview the Bucks game. And that's it. Berto, it's been a great, man. Episode
Thank you, man.
edition 6 was awesome, buddy.
Awesome, man. Plenty more to come, fellas. Plenty
That's right,
more.
Mike.
And we will get that W on Sunday. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Road to the Super Bowl. Out of your Falcon mind. Peace.